Welcome to Real Talk with R.A.G.E. I am your host, Antoine Butler, better known as DJ Dap. We are the Resident Association of Greater Englewood. We can be contacted at the website is www.rageenglewood.org. The phone number is 866-845-1032. You can also email us at joinrage@gmail.com. We're on all the social media sites. You can find R.A.G.E. on Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram. I'll tell you a little bit about what R.A.G.E. is. R.A.G.E. was founded in November of 2010. We are a resident-driven association established to build relationships with fellow residents, Englewood's public officials, business owners, and organizations. We are an asset-based, grassroots organization that strategizes to address community problems and work to create tangible solutions. The mission of Resident Association of Greater Englewood is to mobilize people and resources to force a change in the community by breaking down barriers in communication and promoting positivity through solution-based approaches. We also have public village meetings that are held on the third Tuesday of every other month. It's only 6 times a year, so make sure you make it out to one. Our upcoming meeting will be held on the following dates and are typically held from 6 to 8. All of the locations are to be announced. Members of R.A.G.E. Well, residents who reside in all wards of the greater Englewood community. We also have non-residents who support our mission. This show is based strictly for So Fresh Saturday. So Fresh Saturday is an initiative that we started a few years ago that initially started out with R.A.G.E. members we started out taking over vacant lots. Me as a DJ, I would bring the sound system out. We would fire up the grill and just give information and talk to the residents in that particular area that we were in. We're going to go straight into the show. We're sitting here with our host, Supa Dupa.
What's going on? What's happening, Chicago?
This guy right here keeps So Fresh Saturday moving, as we say, right?
Yeah.
All right. Supa, would you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Well, he already introduced me as Supa Dupa. The host with the most. Mm-hmm. The host with the most and the barber that can boast. And I say that not braggingly. I say that not braggingly, but I do my thing as far as on the hosting side and as a barber. You know, I cut hair on. It's my job daily is cutting hair. I host on the side and do my thing with that as well. So you know,
we're happy to have you, brother. This is a live call-in show. The number you can call is 312-738-1060. Looks like we have a caller already. Caller, you're on the air with Real Talk with R.A.G.E.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All I have to say is I am so glad to hear something positive because every day on the television, all you hear is negative stuff about Englewood. I'm not from the South Side. I live up north. And I've always been afraid to go to the South Side because, you know, the stigma.
Right.
And it makes me feel so good because we as black people, Chicago is one of the most prejudiced cities in the United States. Let's be real.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same when we talk about trying to develop this trust with the police officers. If they had wings and halos, I still wouldn't trust them. Because the good guys, to me, when you're a good person and you uphold something a bad person does, you're just as bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, but I'm just happy to hear something positive coming out of Englewood. I do watch, you know, the Buck Bulletin Parade and stuff like that, and because we have so many negative, you know, things of us on television. All day it's black folks doing wrong.
Right.
You rarely see stuff about black folks doing right.
You know, and
I'm glad
to come to the South Side and come to So Fresh Saturday.
Well, you know what? I think you all have caller ID, so the lady can call me back and give me the address and whatever, and I can see if I can get somebody to take me out. I'm not going to promise.
Okay.
But I'll make an effort. All I want to say is I'm proud of seeing some black men on television that are actually trying to be martyrs and mentors to some of these young black men because they need it. Thank you.
We appreciate your call. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
See, we earlier today we were dealing with a brother that does a lot of work with us. His name is Sunni Ali Powell. And he had a shooting at his shop earlier today. Actually, this brother Supa Dupa used to work in that shop, standing right next to the brother Sunni. Our prayers are with that family. That is we got to do better. We got to stop all this. Listen, they say that there's a list of 1,300 shooters. And Englewood has 30,000 people living there. I was never one to tell on people, but I think this no snitching thing is a wrap now. Like, it's time to tell, brother. You know what I mean? I take whatever backlash come with it, but I'm telling now. I'm telling you. Done made me mad. I was about to say, see that?
Yeah.
I was about to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
What's your take on this, Super?
Well, as you stated, I used to work in the barbershop. I was going back to the conversation that the young lady just was speaking about the media always portraying Englewood as a bad community. I live in Englewood. I work in Englewood. My kids they growing up and playing in Englewood. So don't look at the news. Don't look at Fox 32, Channel 7, Channel 9, and all of that, and look and try to depict what Englewood is. Come on over to Englewood and see what we got going, man. Saturday, So Fresh Saturdays, May 28th, right?
Yes,
May 28th. This Saturday. At Sherwood Park on 57, man. Y'all need to be there. I'm gonna turn that place out. You hear me? Look, I promise you. He said in the beginning, I keep the crowd jumping. That is a definite thing. The kids be out there. I love the energy of the kids. I feed off the energy of the kids, and I just love doing what I'm doing. Coming to So Fresh Saturdays and seeing the children happy, and even the adults, from the kids from age 9 to 90. Be in the So Fresh Saturday dancing, and cause DJ Dap keep that music playing for me, and music is an energy that all people use. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To vibe to. So,
brother, we appreciate you. This is a live call-in show. Give us a call at 312-738-1060. In your opinion, why do you feel like So Fresh Saturday is so important to Englewood?
Well, So Fresh Saturday is so important to Englewood. I feel that So Fresh Saturday is so important to Englewood because it's so many other things that could be going on with the children. And I always say this on the stage when I'm up there hosting, that they could be anywhere else doing anything else.
That's right.
But on that Saturday, when we come and take over the park for however many hours we there, and we take over the park, and it hasn't been one, and I thank God for it. It hasn't been any violence taking place at any event that we do. So, I mean, So Fresh Saturday, man, it's a big thing in our community for the children and for families within our community.
Right. I mean, and you got to remember that we do this in the name of peace.
Exactly.
It's all about peace. We're promoting nothing. I mean, we got some like really hot artists that come through So Fresh Saturday.
Indeed.
And everything is peace. We're not. This isn't a gimmick for us. This is what we do, and this is our way of taking over Englewood parks that people told us that I don't go to that park because the gangbangers are up there, and I don't go to that park because they rob people in that park.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I can guarantee you is there not going to be any gangbang. Well, they will be there.
They're going to come and enjoy themselves too.
That's right. But they're going to act civilized. And the whole point is, if you could become civilized for these 4 hours, you could do this every day of your life.
On a daily basis.
Like this is we're trying to affect people forever. This is not just one Saturday. I mean, I could definitely be somewhere else making some real money doing a gig that that I'm making some real money at. But this is where my heart is. So, And I'm going to keep doing it until the mayor say we can't come in the park anymore. Believe that. This is a live call-in show. Give us a call at 312-738-1060. 1060. 1060. Supa Dupa. You've been the host of So Fresh Saturday for 3 years. If you could have one moment that you felt like that you will remember, that you will always remember, what would that be?
I'm gonna take off my glasses. It was a moment. I forgot what park we were at. Mm-hmm. There was a kid on the stage, and he was up there dancing. The kid was up there dancing, and as he was dancing, his mom, she begged me to the edge of the stage, and she said, they said he wasn't supposed to walk again.
Right.
And
I remember that.
Literally, it almost brought me to tears to see the kid. I'm talking about he was up there bopping and all the new dances that the kids are doing now. He was doing all of those dances, and to see him doing that, and for his mom to give me the testimony, I had to stop the music. Let's stop this music. Let's stop the music. I told DJ Dop, stop the music. Let's holler. I want to let y'all know what's going on. The doctor said this kid wasn't gonna walk no more.
Wow. Yeah, I remember.
And he was up there just dancing his life away, and it was just a joy to me to just see, like I said, to see kids just smiling and happy with stuff that's going on within their communities.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. Well, we're here with Supa Dupa, the host of So Fresh Saturdays. We have another guest that we're gonna. You gotta put your glasses back on. Bro.
Yeah, man.
I want to send a shout out to Uncle Johnny. You know, you raised two kings, brother, and I appreciate you.
That's my old man.
That's right. We got another guest today. He's one of the headliners for So Fresh Saturday. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. K.W.O.E is a Level Next music recording artist from Chicago's West Side. Using music, K.W.O.E rejects the status quo and challenges the limits of creativity by pushing the boundaries of hip-hop to the next level. As a songwriter and producer for Chicago's The Pre-Productions music group, K.W.O.E crafts music for radio and television. In addition, K.W.O.E uses entrepreneurial skills and creativity to become the top player in the mitzvah scene. By combining his experiences producing, songwriting, and performing with Level Next Music, K.W.O.E is the founder and owner of Flow Entertainment. Yep. We are here now with my man K.W.O.E.
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? K.W.O.E, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
What's up? As he just said, you know, I consider myself to be really an entrepreneur, someone who cares about the community.
Okay.
I'm a man, a black man. I'm proud to be one.
There you go.
God-fearing man, a father, a brother, an uncle, cousin. You know what I mean? Faith, family. Friends, finance, and fun is what I live by.
Oh, wow, that's a dope. I like that. We might make that a shirt.
Yeah, I got that hashtag. I definitely got that hashtag. But faith, family, friends, finance, and fun is how I live my life. I am a man before anything. I'm also a recording artist.
Right.
I love good music.
There you go.
Building wealth, financially and in the spirit. So that's who I am.
K.W.O.E has been with us on the So Fresh Saturday tour for, this is the third year now.
Third year.
K.W.O.E comes through and destroys it like on a real positive level, and I must say it's something you gotta see. This brother is also known as the king of the mitzvahs. Can you tell the people a little bit about that, K.W.O.E?
Okay, well, actually, I own a company, as you said before. It's called Flow Entertainment. I do all the bar mitzvahs in Chicago, in the Midwest. We provide all the entertainment, sound, lighting, DJs, dancers, staging, musicians. He's actually one of my DJs, too.
Yeah.
He's actually one of my DJs for the company.
I'm glad you brought me on, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We actually book out 3 years in advance. We do it for throughout the Midwest. I do them in Vegas. I do them in New York. I go all over. So that's what it is. And I took the, kids started calling me King of the Mitzvahs. I guess they felt like I was doing it, the best, and I, which I really appreciate that. But when you really look up what mitzvah means, it's a good deed, under God, before God. So if you think about all the things that I do with like R.A.G.E and different other organizations throughout the city, the different schools, going to speak to the kids and stuff like that, that's a good deed before God. And to me, that's really the true entrepreneurship. That's truly, I'm those things first. I am a person that really cares about giving back first. And then I'm an artist.
There you go.
And then I'm an entrepreneur. And then I'm, all those other things. So it's important to be involved with organizations like R.A.G.E. Like the first time, I'm not even from the South Side. No. I'm originally from the West Side, y'all. West Side all day, but I love the South Side too. I love the South Side. But to go and see the love that R.A.G.E, gave, what you guys give to the community and to the kids, and just really trying to be there for the kids. That's something that I really appreciate seeing, and it's very important. It's very important what the whole So Fresh Saturdays tour that you guys do. I just think it's what's needed.
Yeah,
it's what's needed.
I agree. This is a live call-in show. Give us a call, 312-738-1060. Quola, I want to ask you this. With all the violence that they report about Englewood, how do you overcome the fear of coming to Englewood?
Well, first of all, I'm from the West Side, and it's just as bad. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up in here. We went to Project Homes, K-Town, to Garfield Park. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hamlin and Fulton, H&F, what's up? So for me, I'm not thinking, God is protecting me. This is what I believe. He's protecting all of us. And what's going to happen is going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop time from moving.
That's right.
So, and just knowing that the environment that you guys keep, it's a safe environment, and you guys are well respected within the community. So to go there, all people need to do is come to one time and see that there's a lot of love, that the love is overpowering what the media is saying about Englewood.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel completely fine. I think anybody from Lincoln Park, from the Pole Coast to the Gold Coast, I say it all the time, can come can go to Englewood and feel a part and be a part of something great. Because the looks on these kids' faces, that's something that you can't replace that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's restoring hope. So I'm totally fine with it.
Tell us a little bit about the K.W.O.E Foundation.
The K.W.O.E Foundation is something I started a couple years ago. K.W.O.E stands for Kareem Wells of Excellence, helping other people excel. And the day of going in a suit and going to speak at a school or speak in different communities where you are pointing a finger at the people, that day is dead.
Right.
So you need brothers like myself, like you, like Supa Dupa. You need guys that can identify, that they can relate to, to be able to get that message out. So the K.W.O.E Foundation, I'm going in there just to restore hope. I'm not going in there trying to tell them you doing wrong, you doing this, you doing that, put down the guns. I'm not trying to tell them all of that. Right. I'm telling them my life experiences and story and how I never gave up. So restoring hope is the first process, because you can go in any place. Any place and be like, you need to stop doing this. Why y'all killing each other? Why y'all doing this? Why y'all doing that? Right. That day is dead. Now the role models, the black role models, because our children don't trust black men anymore.
Wow.
They don't trust us because a lot of things that we've done in the past, including myself, when I was on the street selling drugs and doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, I contributed to what's going on right now.
I agree.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So in order for me to get true forgiveness, I got to go out and give.
Yeah.
I have to go out and give back. That's the only way I can truly do it.
I agree.
So in order for the community to get better, the K.W.O.E Foundation sends me out and other people just like me out to the schools to relate and comfort these kids. These kids, and I'm not a weekend daddy. Been with y'all for 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not just somebody that's just showing up for one day to get a hug and a kiss and a smile and say, ooh, I'm doing something. I go back. So all the different schools and organizations that we've partnered with, we go back continuously. And it will be that way. Versus to get in. You know what I'm talking about? You just go and you don't see them for 10 years. They just want some pictures.
We've had people who showed up and we never saw them again. I mean, wait, hold on. We got a call. Caller, you're on the air with Real Talk with R.A.G.E.
Hi, my name is Cherise. How's everyone doing? I just wanted to call in. I do have a question, but first I do have a comment. I've been at quite a few So Fresh Saturdays, and I just wanted to, say thank you guys so much for putting on such an inspirational event. And, it's always so inspiring. It's always, you know, so peaceful. And it's something that I love to bring my kids to, and I absolutely enjoy. But my question is to K.W.O.E. And I just wanted to ask you, because I hear you talk so much about your story. I know in your music you talk a lot about, some of the transgressions that you've had in the past. But I just wanted to know, when did this become a passion of yours? And not only, when did it become a passion, but how did you go about finding your passion?
Good question. Thank you, Sharice, for calling.
Thank you.
Actually, it was always in me, even as a kid. Like, even from being a kid to when I was on the street selling drugs, I always cared about people. Mm-hmm. I just genuinely cared about people, no matter what. And, my label, Level Next Music, fortunate, the head guy, the head producer, Ivan Dupe, he's really about God. He's really about giving back. And any artist that's signed to the label or that rocks with the team, you have to have the heart of, I want to do positive things. I want to give back to the community. Mm-hmm. That has to be at the forefront of your artistry. That has to be at the forefront of your artistry.
Right.
And so for me, I've always had it in my heart to care about people. And as I started doing more music, I said I want my music to be positive. I don't want to be like everybody else. If 10 artists hit the stage and they're doing trap music, nothing against any of that music, right. But if 10 artists hit the stage and they're doing trap music or doing a certain style of music, I'm not going to change my style up and change what I do to try to fit in. I'm going up there and I'm still going to give love to the audience my way, because I'm the best in my shoes. So, and it has to be with positive music.
There you go.
Period. So I've always had that feeling of wanting to do for others.
You answered the question perfectly. I got a question for you, too.
Yeah.
Do you think that Chicago artists should be more responsible with the messaging because we have so much violence in our city? How do you feel about that?
I 100% believe that it's needed now. When we start saying that our kids are dying from violence, gunshots, killing one another, mm-hmm. I don't care who the artist is. I would tell, from the hardest artist to the softest artist, I would sit them in the room and say, it is time for us to take responsibility.
Right.
It's time for us to take responsibility. And people say, well, your parents, up to your parents to raise you. When I was coming up, it was the whole community raising you.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And if you can't take some responsibility, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid that you're going to inspire our children to be great and to be millionaires and billionaires?
Wow.
Are you afraid that, you're not cool enough? People look at me funny because I don't drink or smoke or do any of those things. It's a choice. But I don't knock people that do those things, okay. But I don't do it as a choice. And people who are doing the type of music that's killing, stealing, and destroying, if your music is killing, stealing, and destroying the spirit of our people and of our children, something needs to change. And you can't be afraid to be positive. Man, when did positive become uncool?
I totally agree with you. Like, we were talking to some kids in a school one time, and this one boy, we were talking, and I pulled him to the side afterwards, and he was like, that book that you said something about, I read that book. I was like, why you ain't say nothing in front of everybody else? He's like, I ain't want them to know I read.
Right, I was right, but see, we got to deprogram YouTube and all the social network. I love it. With or without it, I'm still gonna be fine. But I truly believe we've just got to change things up to get people to see that I'm living proof that you can make it out and and never forget where you come from.
Me and you both.
And I really believe that.
It was the pleasure was all mine talking to you, brother. This is Real Talk with R.A.G.E. Do not forget that So Fresh Saturday kicks off May the 28th at Sherwood Park, 5701 South Shields at 3 o'clock. It's fun for all ages. The whole family. Bring everybody out. Yeah. To get in touch with R.A.G.E., we are at R.A.G.E. The website is R.A.G.E.Englewood.org, and the phone number is 866-845-1032. You can email us at joinrage@gmail.com. Follow us on all of the social networking sites. This has been our show for the day, and we are happy to be here with you. Thanks to K.W.O.E, Supa Dupa, and R.A.G.E is in the building. Thank you for watching us. Good night. Yep.